So in today's fix, I'm going to give you some absolute gold here, some tried and tested ways to help control the club face. So if you are a slicer or a fader or missing that golf ball to the right for the right-handed golfer, I'm going to give you 3 absolute nailed-on, tried and tested ways to get that club face closing. Or if you are a hooker or overdrawer, I'm going to give you 3 absolute nailed-on, tried and tested ways to hold that ball more on line to target and prevent that overdraw and hook. So for this, I'm going to head out on the range, pop a jacket on. I'm going to fire TrackMan back up again to prove what I'm doing is actually working. And we're going to see how we get on. So let's put this to the test now. So as before, I've got TrackMan running. I'm going to hit some shots. I'm going to have a look at the data and prove to you how these tried and tested ways really do influence the way that we present the face to help you fix that curvature. So number 1, we're going to talk about hand placement here on the golf club. So we're going to strengthen the grip. So the term stronger does not mean tighter. I must stress this. It does not mean tighter. It means, so my club face is aiming towards the target. I'm now going to rotate my hands more to the right side of the handle, so in a clockwise position for the right-handed golfer. And what this will do, it's going to encourage that face rotation and that closure throughout the golf swing. As I look down from here now, I can see 3 knuckles in the back of my glove hand without moving my head, and my thumbs are pointing up towards the outer part of my shoulder. Let's give that a go. Exactly the same. Hands, a fraction right side rotated, club face aim, straight towards the target. So it started straight. It's definitely turning over there to the left-hand side. Let's have a look at the data. All I want you to pay attention to here is the red arrow, which is the club face in relation to the white line, which is the target. I presented the club face closed to that of the target. The blue line is the path, and you can see that the club face was closed to both target and path, which promoted that curvature there to the left-hand side. So we can see there the face angle was 1.4 degrees closed to the target, which, because it was excessively close to the path, though, is promoted 18.5 feet of curvature to the left. So there's my draw ball. So secondly now, we're going to go with more of an in-swing change. So this is going to be normal golf grip, however you grip the golf club. We're going to focus on getting our lead wrist into flexion earlier in the golf swing, and we're going to keep that lead wrist in flexion for as long as we possibly can throughout the golf swing. So if I take my setup position, take my right hand off, and literally just going to flex that lead wrist, look what happens to the club face. The club face starts pointing down, and it starts pointing very much to the left of the target. Some golfers really struggle with this, especially as they move in transition. It goes from flexion to extension very, very quickly, which then opens the club face. I'm going to give that a go and see how we get on. Same, good body alignment to target. So I'm going to really work on flexing that lead wrist. It's quite physically demanding, this, guys, and see what happens to the flight. So pretty similar there to the previous one. It's been interesting to see what the visuals and what the data say here. So as we can see the actual ball flight there, so it actually wasn't quite as far to the left, a little bit of a curvature to the left-hand side. Now, by doing that, it was much tighter actually, but the face here was definitely to the left of the target line, only though by 0.5 of a degree. As I said, this one is not my favored way of doing it. And it promoted like 8.4 feet of curvature. So not as much as the previous one. Okay, and now number 3, this one here, I'm going to call this the steering wheel closure. So I want you to imagine, so in a car, driving down the road, and I want to turn to the left. So my hands are on that steering. I'm going to rotate that wheel to the left-hand side. Now what we're going to focus on here, we're going to focus on doing exactly the same in the golf swing. So to do this, we're going to really feel that the right arm and the right hand is more active through the hitting area as we get that club face closing. So from here, now this is more, again, an in-swing change. I would use this accompanied with a stronger hold if I really want to get quite a big hook going on. So I'm actually combining 2 of those together. But for this, I'm going to go neutral hold, turning that steering wheel in swing. So I work quite hard there. Yet again, I got it turning a little bit to the left-hand side. Let's have a look to see what the data suggests. There we go. So very similar there to the first shot. Again, I've presented the club face left of the path, which is the blue line, and left of the target, which is why it's finished off left of target line. If we have a look at the data there, again, I'll close the club face only 1.2 degrees, which isn't a lot to target, that is, which then gave me 16.10 feet of curvature. So as you can see, all three of those methods there have promoted the actual desired curvature. Nothing went off there to the right-hand side. I want you to have a little bit of fun with this and see what really works best for you. So next up, we're going to go with the faced openers. So if you're that golfer who is struggling with that big hook, possibly me now after hitting those shots there, deliberately trying to get it going left. To begin with, we're going to go with the pre-swing chain. So now I'm going to weaken the grip a little bit, which means hands fraction rotated to the left-hand side. This will promote more of an open club face, hence the term weaker. It doesn't mean lighter in grip pressure. Open club face, going to send it higher and fading off there to the right-hand side. So I'm going to give this a go and see what happens. So setup as normal. So every single time here, I'm setting up with my body alignment absolutely train track parallel to my intended target. I'm weakening the hold a little bit so I can see maybe 1.5 knuckles in the back of my left hand. So let's look at that ball flight. So yes, it moved a little bit to the right-hand side. So again, the complete opposites here with the visuals. The red arrow, which is my face, was presented to the right of the target, which was the goal. The path, which is the blue line, which we're not really talking about today, went to the left. So the greater the distance between the face and the path, the red and the blue, the more the curvature to the right. So weakening the hold certainly helped prevent the ball going left and promoted more curvature to the right. If we look at the data here was, 1.1 degrees open, which is not a huge amount. But again, because it was quite open to the path there, the curve there, 15.5 feet there to the right-hand side. So secondly now, we're going to go not lead wrist flex, but what we're going to do here, I'm going to really get the feeling now, I'm going to be extending that lead wrist. I'm going to really get the feeling now, I'm just increasing a little bit more wrist hinge for this one. Wrist hinge in the backswing, may I add, but not excessive release through the hitting area. Again, the more I release, the more I close the club face. Previously, we spoke about flexion. This way now, I'm going to feel like I'm going to really cup that wrist. So imagine if you're wearing a watch here, you really want to get the feeling like the back of the lead hand there really is pinching the watch here. So I'm going to get some cup in that wrist. What that will do is I cup the wrist. As you can see, as I'm cupping the wrist, it's opening the club face. I'm going to give that a go, have a practice swing. I think I'll release that a little early, a little too much. That was good. So let's see. So again, face aim, absolutely square. Body alignment, train track parallel. Give that a go from here. Really going to get it. Cupping that wrist. That was a stinker. So I've really overdone it there. But again, yeah, it didn't go to the left. Let's have a look at that one. Wow. Yeah, vicious shot to the right. So if you've got like a whole world of trouble left, go with this one. As you can see there, the face was like way right at target. Let's have a look how much. Yeah, 9 degrees open. Let me hit one more. That was pretty vicious. I perhaps shouldn't have over-exaggerated the rehearsal quite as much. Yeah, that was better. Little gentle fade on that one. Let's have a look at the visuals. There we go, perfect. So it just really moved away from the target just a touch there. Yeah, great relationship there between path and face, as we can see there. Just 1 degree open there. I'll take that any day. Okay, finally we're going to go again steering wheel, but we're going to literally go and turn the hands. We're going to turn the wheels the other way. So down the road, I want to now turn right. So in golf swing. So we're not allowing any of that left turn whatsoever. So we're going to turn the wheels and keep the wheels turned there throughout the golf swing. That's going to hold that club face open. So with the club, as I turn the wheels in the back, that's actually opening the face again as I start my golf swing, and I'm going to keep it open throughout, and we're going to see what happens there with my ball flight. So open, keep it open. So I'm turning the wheels, and I'm going to keep them turned. So again, a little gentle fade there to the right-hand side. As we can see from the visuals here, the face angle is presented beautifully there to the right of the target. And again, the path has gone further left. As I hold the face open, you can see my path is actually working against that. The path wants to go left. If we look at the data there, again, there we could see with that one, I really held the face open 2.4 degrees, giving me just over 20 feet there of curvature to the right-hand side. I must stress, have some fun with this. There's not one way fix for all. You find out what works for you. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. It's so fascinating to see how just the subtle changes, whether it's pre-swing or in-swing, can make such a huge difference with the way that we're presenting the club face. And it's amazing as well to actually have the TrackMan visuals there to back everything up. So if you like this video, please make sure you give me a like and subscribe to the channel and spread the word, as I'm really keen to grow this community. Happy golfing, and I look forward to bringing you loads more content like this really soon.